Welcome to the Flash After Show here on the stream.tv. Who's excited? Woo! This is the #1 fan show network. Thank you guys for being here. What's up? I am Dylan Landon. I'll be your host for The Flash this whole season. I'm super pumped, and I know my friends here today are as well. We want you to tell your friends to get involved in the conversation. Hit us up on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Use our hashtags. Join in. Right now, here's my buddies. To the left,
Devon Stewart. I am the #1 Flash fan. Don't get it twisted.
Okay, that may actually be true. Hey guys, what's up? I am Lauren Mayhew.
Hey guys, how's it going? He may be the biggest Flash fan, but I'm definitely the fastest. I've got the t-shirt on.
plenty of paraphernalia between the four of us. We're going to step our games up, though.
We are.
Don't worry.
Next week, it's on.
If you guys have photos of yourselves in your Flash gear, go ahead, hit us up at the Stream TV on Twitter. Send us your photos. We might be able to even upload it for next week's episode, and you could be featured on the show. That'd be really dope. So, season premiere, The Flash on CW. What we want to do right now is just get our initial reactions. We've seen Grant Gustin take up the mantle as the Flash. So what do we think of Barry Allen, Grant Gustin as the Flash?
I dig him. I dig him. I think that, you know, he has this kind of sweet, unassuming charm. So when he makes the transformation from, you know, normal, everyday geek guy to superhero, it's kind of fun to watch.
Is he cute?
He's cute.
Okay.
Yeah, he's cute. Of course he's cute. What is he, like 6 foot? He's got like the swift black hair. He's got the baby face.
So he looks like you.
Yeah. He has a good jawline.
You look like
I was
Jack.
just about to say, so he looks like Dylan.
Oh, well, not that I auditioned to be Barry Allen or anything.
Because he did.
I'm more of a Wally West type, so if they're doing
Yeah, you
Wally
were the
West
Boy
in the
Wonder kind of
movie,
guy.
I'll be
Actually, he was
going
the
in for
first
that.
to tell me that he was not the geeky type. He was more of the charming, flirty guy. So there's that.
I know Devon right here, though, would be tripping a little bit. Like, he's not too pumped about Grant Gustin's portrayal as the Flash. Why are you not so happy with it?
Well, see, okay. Now, call me weird, but the Flash is by far my favorite hero. Check the watch, just so y'all know that is a Flash watch, okay? And the steez, but we'll work on them later. So, Barry Allen is blonde hair, blue eyes, okay? He looked like Jack just with blonde hair and about 40 pounds of muscle, okay? I take physique into consideration when it comes to, you know, your heroes and stuff like that. Television, I feel like, doesn't do it as much. They gave, you know, Oliver Queen, the Arrow guy, a little weight. You know, with Gotham, they made Ben McKenzie. You can definitely look like he can take a few people down. But I do not believe Grant Gustin can overpower any of us at all.
Well, wouldn't you say that someone who moves really fast might need to stay slim?
Well, not
But he's a
necessarily.
superhero, man.
He's a superhero. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. He can do anything.
You know, but his speed is
Right.
Yeah,
the
that's
superpower.
his super. I agree. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. I'm feeling Dylan there. He's the Flash. He's known to be fast. He's not known to be super strong. He's not known to be taking out 5 guys by brute force. He's no Bane. He's no big guy like that. He's pure speed, and that's the way it goes.
Well said.
Like-
well said. Devon is still
Yeah,
not...
he
Devon
doesn't
just
very happy
really
about
wants to
that
see
thought.
rippling biceps. That's what he
Well,
wants.
I mean, casting...
In that red latex.
Doing dream casting is like one of the coolest things to do. So is there any actor out there right now that you would prefer to see in this Barry Allen role?
Not necessarily for TV. I mean, Grant, okay. No, I'm not hating on you, bro. Good job for TV. I'll take you. I accept you. You know, he's very lovable. I'll give him that, you know. So you did it. You did a good job. It's just dye your hair blonde for me, maybe. That might help just a little bit, get some color context. At least give me something, Barry. Give me some pecs. Give me something that I'll be like, hey,
I'll take pecs,
that's
too.
Barry. Yeah,
I will take some
pecs for 200, okay.
I'll put
do
in
that.
your producer hat on. You got to understand that is on CW, and their audience is a certain demographic, and
True.
I think Grant, as an actor, relates well to the CW
does, he
audience.
does.
With what they're going
Now,
on. Yeah.
I wouldn't say Devon or myself is really the CW audience, but watching the show, we are for the moment, and for me, believable. So I give Grant, 2 thumbs up, and I wish him the best in the role.
Yeah, definitely.
But maybe for some of the people out there that don't know Barry Allen's background, who is he? Is he supposed to come off as this geeky guy, maybe not the most popular kid in school?
Do you want me to do? Okay.
Devon, this is your
Devon,
thing.
this is your area of
Yeah.
expertise, my friend.
Well, okay. Barry Allen he was a guy that he wasn't necessarily the geekiest, but I mean he definitely he kind of had a Steve Rogers feel to him, real kind of monotone, real serious tone to him. Wally West was the jokester one, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
The flirt, all that. They didn't really put that into Jay Garrick and Barry Allen, and but he definitely was in shape, and I'm gonna keep bringing that up, but. He
Just won't let that slide.
But one thing they did put on there was he was always late. He was very sluggish
Yeah.
in the comics, which is
The ironic.
Yeah, you know, now he's
exactly.
the Scarlet Speedster, Crimson Comet.
And his
you know, that
fiance
kind of
would
thing.
always cuss him out.
I don't really understand that, though, how they do that, because it's kind of like just really twisting it in there. It's like, oh, just in case you didn't get it, he was really slow, and now he's really fast. It's like he could have just been normal. Why does it have to be the
yeah, it just the
antithesis?
juxtaposition makes it funny. So as he is becoming the Flash and he's gaining the speed, we saw him with his first superhero suit. What did we think of that suit? I thought it was pretty funny.
Oh, hell yeah. I'd have that suit any day of the week. Halloween costume, I want that one. I was originally guys Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Flash definitely stole that. I want that suit.
Yeah.
He did good. He did good. I want him to go more red though. He's the Scarlet Speedster. You know, he's not the maroon mud runner. He's not the like
I don't know if you
burgundy.
look up Scarlet though. Scarlet might have a little bit dark.
Yeah,
tint to
Scarlet
it.
they use for the color of blood.
Yeah.
Scarlet blood, it's
you go.
dark,
Yeah,
it's
but I
deep,
mean-
The
it's
red you're talking
powerful.
about is fire engine red, you know? And that's very different than
Yeah.
Scarlet.
I mean, I've read a lot of Flash
Crimson,
comics.
too.
Rarely has he ever been burgundy. I still go. I mean, look at your shirt. Look at my watch.
Right.
Look at my shoes. They're not burgundy. They are red.
Well,
But they
something
say the
DC
original,
always
this is
does
a
though is
new
try to
take.
keep it a little bit more realistic.
Yeah.
So we applaud DC
Keep
for
it
that.
the way it is.
So he kind of has this band of not so much misfits, but his allies. And it's Harrison Wells, who Devon shared with us earlier, was created specifically for this show, and he's hanging out with Caitlin Snow and Cisco Ramon, who you know, us actors over here had some like positive or negative feelings about the acting portrayal in the show, and you know, whether you guys think the acting was great or not, we're down to hear what you think about that as well. And so how do we feel about the interaction between the made-for-TV show character, Cisco, and Caitlin?
Harrison Wells is kind of, I assume he's going to be like a bit of a head runner for the Star Group. He's going to be, he's got something about him. There's something there, there's something not. He's leading them at the moment. He obviously was involved in the main part of the crash. He is going to be the head of how the Flash becomes the Flash, I think.
Well, I think the big thing with Dr. Wells is that he is a character that we've never seen before
Yeah.
in the comic book, so really anything can happen with him, which is kind of the beauty of that. So I'm interested to see what the CW writers do with that character and, you know, what they...
Guys, let us know
making
as well what you guys think. Our guess is just as good as yours. Don't be afraid to shout us out and let us know.
No, and that's the best part. As we see a lot in TVs, like maybe some characters get created just for the TV show, because when the Flash has so much history based on the comic book, so if they wanted to do something creatively that didn't pair up with the comics, a lot of people would maybe have some things to say
Qualms
about that. So now you have a new character that they really could take any direction. And I know the guys at the Flash podcast have a lot to say about that. So if you guys want even more information about the Flash, go check them out at the Flash Podcast on Twitter, and it's theflashpodcast.com, because they do the same thing we do. Just as good? We'll find out. I don't know if it's better or not. We'll maybe even have them on later this season. And so their team, supportive right now, but Cisco Ramon and Caitlin Snow don't always remain allies.
Oh yeah, no, that's
Correct.
hell no. No, they do not.
There we go.
Cisco Ramon is, and I don't know if you guys know, he's a character called Vibe in the comics. He's extremely powerful, seismic activity, stuff like that. And they revamped him for New 52, along with Caitlin Snow, who is, I don't know if I should say it, but
Yeah, go for it. I mean,
Spoiler.
as long as you're not
Spoiler
ruining
alert.
anything, if
Spoiler
you're
alert
educating
right
the
now.
audience, let's educate
Okay.
everybody out there on who these characters
Let you guys
are.
know.
okay, well, Caitlin Snow is also a character called Killer Frost. Remember that? So Vibe and Killer Frost. That's all I'm gonna say about them. So keep your eyes on them. If they look like they're doing some suspicious stuff on the show, that's probably because they're foreshadowing towards something that we don't like, you know.
Here's my question. You know, you brought this up when we were watching it together. Is that when he first wakes up, when Barry first wakes up, everyone that he's actually surrounded by that he thinks are allies are actually people who turn out to be enemies of his. Which leads me to the question of who actually is his ally? Does he have any friends?
Does he have any friends?
No, that's a great question.
Does he have anyone that
And
is
I
on
think
his
that's
side?
a good juxtaposition.
No one can keep
also.
up with him.
Yeah, he's gonna need some help, and we saw
How long
in
have you
this
been wanting to say that
episode
one?
All day.
a little surprised that Arrow made an appearance. So Grant Gustin, Barry Allen ran over to Starling City to hang out with his buddy Green Arrow,
600 miles.
600 miles away, in a flash.
In a flat.
And,
Pun intended.
Kind of just looking for a little mentor. I don't even know what's that called when you're
Advice.
the mentee and
mentee.
mentor relationship.
Yeah.
So he was going to him for a little advice. So why don't you tell the audience what's their relationship like moving forward, their history?
What do you think is good? Like, I'd love to see them together. I mean, I don't think it's ever going to get to the point of where they're going to combine forces on the same show.
Well,
Like-
I'm
Well,
glad
we've
you bring
already
that up
seen them on the
because
same show.
episode 8 is going to be a 2-hour crossover event for both shows. The Arrow premiered tonight as well, or I think premieres tomorrow.
Premieres tomorrow, Arrow.
Premieres tomorrow on Wednesday. So episode 8 of this season for both Flash and Arrow is going to be a 2-hour crossover event with both Arrow and the Flash in storylines crossing.
Mind blown.
My mind's just been blown.
Mind blown.
So I hope everyone else is just... I can't wait for episode 8. What episode are we on?
Episode 1.
The first. 7 more. We're getting there. Don't worry about it.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
The thing is, I will say that they did a good job of at least letting the Arrow give him some kind of, like you said, mentor thing, because Harrison Wells obviously questions his existence at this point. You know, he wants him, as you were saying, Jack, during the show, like a lab rat type thing, which we all know you're not going to keep, you know, Flash caged up. You couldn't even keep up Grodd that we saw on the thing, the broken cage with the little sign. I don't know if you guys know Gorilla Grodd. Go look it up. I'm not going to spend that time. But you know who I'm talking about when you see it.
Do your research.
So I'm just saying, and so that kind of gave me that feeling that I don't really trust Wells too much. You know, him being rich, all that kind of stuff. I don't really trust him. But Arrow was like, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. He pretty much gave him that speech in different words. Spider-Man reference, if y'all don't know. Yeah. Okay.
No, there's a lot of similarities between, well, the superhero universe, we know that, and history of Barry Allen and the character that we see on the show. He was like obsessed with Arrow, and maybe we'll find out a little bit more of that going down a line. The fact that I got to audition for the show, and this is a true story, I auditioned to be Barry Allen, and part of the breakdown was, and part of the audition and the monologue was about them meeting, and he was just saying, oh man, I have all your stuff, I love you, you're the best, I have like my own green cape and all that stuff. He's got like his postings in the wall. So look out for that down the season as well. Maybe in episode 8, we'll see that fanboy come out. And we just want to give some YouTube shout outs. Thank you for joining us tonight. We're getting hit up from Creative Concepts, Edward Rangel and Kyra. That's amazing. Frasier. And Johida Kabziel. I hope I get that right, Johida.
That was a good attempt.
That was a mouthful.
That was a very good attempt,
effort.
Dylan. Yeah, well played.
So not only is he surrounded by allies / villains, we meet other villains in this episode as well. That's going to set up the whole season. One being Weather Wizard, which was the guy causing the tornado, and his name was, I forget.
Martin.
Clyde. There you go. They say Clyde Martin, but I say Mardone, and I'm just probably saying it wrong. But
his name is Devon.
You know what I'm saying? Snap your fingers. What's up? But the weird thing about it is, Mark Mardone is really the weather wizard. Excuse my wordage. And Clyde Mardone actually dies in the comics. So they kind of use Clyde, I guess, because they're planning on killing him off. I don't know.
As a carry-on, yeah,
but
possibly.
maybe Mark may still show up. So who knows? But yeah, they're definitely using him as the potential, like, first metahuman villain, and they're probably going to ease into it.
I was just going to say, I think it's kind of great that they're infusing like little differentiations in the storyline, because for people like you, Devon, who know so much about the comic, you know, and I mean, all of us are fans, but for true experts, it kind of makes it...
It's like his Bible. Like, it is. The comics are his Bible.
No, you know, and for any of you guys out there who are also just, you know, super fans, I feel that it makes it a little bit more exciting, because you don't know every single plot twist and every single turn. There's still something to learn. There's still, you know, it still can surprise you.
And even having someone as educated as Devon on the show, and any of
you
you guys back home, you probably know the Flash like the back of your hand. We've already seen Harrison Wells, who's a complete twist around. You don't know who Harrison Wells is. So I'm super excited for that fact of the matter. The fact that we all get to learn the new parts as well.
These villains sort of come out of the same organic accident, like a Big Bang type of event. If anybody watched Static Shock back in the day on WB, that was the jump off right there. Static Shock, that was a Big Bang. We got Bang Babies. So we got our own Bang Babies right here on The Flash. It kind of gives one point of reference for everyone in the show moving forward, depending on how many seasons, that this is where everybody kind of got their powers. So what do we think? I mean, because it's not necessarily true to the comics, but it does work for television and for the seasons moving forward. Does it do the storyline justice?
Well, I definitely think that it simplifies the storyline, because the fact of the matter is, just like you were mentioning, each one of these characters has their own backstory. They have their own story in the comic book, and you know, you're trying to fit so in for much information, and when you're watching, you're learning all these new characters, and a lot of them don't have the same names. So I think it definitely provides an easy point, you know, an easy start-off point, you know, where everyone can think, okay, this is how it begins.
Yeah, instead of trying to remember this person became became
this.
this person by this, and this person became this person by this.
Yeah, we might need a flow chart for all that.
Exactly, a little flip book of everyone going on.
And it was great to have Weather Wizard in this first episode because we saw just superhero, supervillain battle right away.
Straight away, which was awesome.
What are the pros and cons of getting right to it in episode 1? Here we go, here's a superhero.
I think they did a great job on that. Nowadays, we're watching stuff and it's like, yeah, this is great, yeah, the acting's really good. This one it just gripped your attention. Like a huge fight in the first episode.
Totally.
How now is that going to get better? How many bigger fights are we going to get? Are they going to destroy the cities? Are they going to, like, what more are they going to do in the rest of the episode? So, like I said, I'm happy about that. They gripped me. I'm sure they gripped all of you lot as well. They gripped us here. So let's see what goes on with.
Totally, and compared, you know, there's going to be a lot of comparisons to Arrow, and if you watch Arrow, there's a lot of flashbacks that go on in that, so we did a little bit of that tonight in Flash to find out about what happened, how does father go to jail, and how does mother pass away. Now, what the story Barry says that no one really seems to believe is all this lightning strikes going on. We see yellow and red bolts of lightning going at it, and at one point we do see a figure in yellow. Now, that figure in yellow is the Reverse Flash. The Reverse Flash is Barry Allen, the Flash's arch nemesis, pretty much the #1 villain that there is. He is his Venom, he is his Lex Luthor, and there's some other villains out there that we're totally going to get to, and we actually have the character of, or the true identity of the Reverse Flash in this first episode. Now, I'll take the cue from you guys. Should we tell the audience watching which character?
I'm going to say no, because I think people who do know. Tell your friends if you want to tell your friends, if you want to be that guy. I'm that guy normally who gives out the spoilers. But I'm going to say keep it. I'm going to say we keep it. If they want to find out, they'll do their research and they'll find out. If they want to find out with everyone else watching the show, they'll
Very
find out.
Very unassuming character, too.
Exactly.
I wouldn't have been the one that I would have chosen to be.
Yeah. And that's why it's great having you on the show, because you could sort of speak for those fans out there that love the show, that want to find out much more and super into it. So it's great having you on. And so like I said, if you guys want to do the research and find out, you'll see that. But we do find out that it is the Reverse Flash because they pretty much put a yellow figure up there and that's it.
Yeah, they make it obvious. They stand out to us.
Yeah, totally, which ties in because the Reverse Flash is actually a character from the future, and time travel and the Flash, since he moves at superhuman speeds, faster than the speed of light, I would assume, maybe with a little help of some machinery, particle accelerator, and much more. And Devon, I'm sure you could speak on that.
And his fancy suit, of course.
So we kind of get led into that with the last button of the episode when we see Harrison Wells stand up. I don't think handicapped people are going to be happy about that, Harrison Wells. So look out for that coming to your Twitter sometime soon. So we saw that date that it was 2024 and with a crisis involving the Flash. What's the deal with that?
Well, I might want to take the
Go for it.
right there. Okay, so as I said before, I don't trust Harrison Wells. I never did. I never will. He's ruined too many people's lives. He seemed like, and the fact that he even gave him that whole little lab rat speech type thing, I don't know if y'all feel the same way. I was like, bruh, I mean, you see he obviously wants to use his ability for good. Why not help him? You know what I'm saying? But his first thing was like, no. What I heard was we want to cut you open and use all your blood and stuff. No, I ain't hanging out with nobody that tells me something like that.
But was his idea to help? The Flash's idea was to stay as he is, save the world, but in my opinion, his motivation was saving his mum. Sorry, not saving his mum, finding out what happened to his mum. Harrison Wells' motivation was to, in fact, cut him open and find out how we can help everyone else. He said millions of opportunities, vaccines, cures. Totally. Everything, the foundation of medical.
So what is his
could be
motivation for his own personal benefit of being a scientist?
Is it him wanting the glory to say, hey, I found the cure for cancer, hey, I found the cure for this? Or is it him seriously thinking about other people and being like, we can save the world here?
Or is it really just maybe what you're thinking is some sort of cover-up?
Or he's just a vain git, has his own ultimate.
I think he's just jealous that he doesn't have superpowers.
And he can't run fast.
Exactly.
And the fact that he puts himself in a chair as well.
Why does he do that? Why is that necessary?
Well, that's what I was saying, because right now he might be also alluding to that as his cover-up of why he wants that medicine so bad, because I want to help myself along with other people. Because he didn't say he lost the use of his leg. Right? He lost his freedoms. We don't know what those freedoms may or may not be, because I'm pretty sure Star Labs got him on lockdown right now. So this might be his cover-up. And that room that he went into, ain't nobody about to find that. Like,
a
handprint on just the wall, it just opens up.
And now, just another reference from what he looked at, that article you said 2024. I don't know if you guys know what the crisis is, but there was 3 different crises. The first one being the Crisis of Infinite Earths, in which, on the newspaper article on there, it said that Barry disappeared. Now, in the comics with that, he quote unquote died, and he was gone for about like 20-something years, they say. So I don't know what we're alluding to at that.
That's the problem with time travel. No,
But that's
you're
the thing.
dead or you're
And
ahead
then
of
the
time.
question
You're back in the
is, since
50s,
Reverse
grooving
Flash does travel in time, does Reverse Flash and Harrison Wells, this new character created for the
There
show,
you go.
maybe they're hooked up in some super villain, let's destroy the world and get all the glory plot.
Because we do know that time travel is a thing right now, because obviously he ain't gonna get that newspaper off the newspaper stand.
Oh, definitely not.
Somebody, you know what I'm saying, is helping out, because maybe that instance in his childhood that we saw might have also helped Harrison Wells in that era, which led him to be Harrison Wells of Star Lab.
Harrison Wells
Yeah.
is going to have a huge
He's
part.
definitely gonna be
big time.
All right, so guys, if you have any predictions of what you think Harrison Wells is going to get involved in this season, hit us up at The Flash After Show. It's hashtag TheFlashAS on Twitter. You can hit us up on our social medias. We'll get right back to you. And like I said, we might even throw you up on the screen here. And while we're talking about hashtags and Twitter, let's get to some fan questions.
Woo!
So the fact that Star Labs is involved and we saw this biochemical Big Bang, there's going to be a lot of villains throughout the season. And we saw some of them tonight. Now, Chow Macaroon, sounds delicious, Chow.
It does.
Wants
I love
to know
macaroons.
if we could pick any DC villain to put up against the Flash, who would that be? So we saw some tonight. We saw Vibe. We saw Reverse Flash.
Reverse Flash.
Killer Frost. Anyone stand out? Devon?
What are you?
Well,
you know who you want to see.
Obviously, I want to see Reverse Flash because Venom is to Spider-Man as Reverse Flash is to Flash. But I would love Chow Macaroon, Gorilla Grodd. That would be awesome to see. I mean, I don't really know how you can just lose a gorilla for 9 months. That's just me, but you know.
No, and I think, maybe years ago this would have been a little crazier, but with Planet of the Apes existing in the movies like that, we kind of have like some believability with like talking apes and smart apes can exist. And if you're into the cartoons and anybody out there who's not really familiar with the comics or the cartoons, Gorilla Grodd is a big part of those storylines.
And he's just a big
I
guy.
actually would like to see Killer Frost as a team member, just because I feel it'd be kind of cool to see a girl evil villain.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, as much as I want to see, I agree with you at that point. I'd like to see Killer Frost, of course. It'd be cute to see her fighting him, and they're like, I feel like there'll be something there as well.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, I kind of fancy you because we're both kind of cute, but at the same time, we both hate each other. But Reverse Flash, you've got to see the Reverse
Yeah,
Flash.
I hope
against
they
the
don't
Flash,
do
no
that
matter
with the
what.
Killer Frost Flash thing.
But it
Everybody
does
saw that on the
connection.
show.
That's what I'm saying. It don't sound like something CW wouldn't do. No offense, CW. Don't
we love
come.
you.
Yeah.
We're just
love
playing.
you.
The show
Party,
was
I mean
great.
it.
I love the Flash. Cool. But I mean, I would like to see, because if you see in the when they alluded to episode 2, Captain Cold's coming. Now, Weather Wizard and Captain Cold are 2 members of what they call the Rogue Gallery, which are the ones. I'm not going to take it that far.
Yeah, so Captain Cold is going to be played by Wentworth Miller, and that's going to be a big topic this season. We have some photos of him. Ooh, look at him. Look at him. So what do you guys think of that interpretation of Captain Cold? That was posted by Geoff Johns, one of the executive producers of the project.
He has the gun. I'm glad I at least see the gun, because Weather Wizard, like I said, had the magic wand thing, but they made him, like the dude from X-Men. What's the Puerto Rican from X-Men with the long hair, and he was just like.
Oh, I was thinking he was like Storm.
No, like Storm from X-Men.
Well, more like the dude from First Class, because Storm could actually do the weather. He was just the tornadoes, whirlwind, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what he reminded me of. But I'm glad to see they got him the gun and his glasses, his goggles. So his little trademark's cool. I'll go with that.
Yeah, DC always tries to keep it a little bit realistic, so he doesn't have like he wasn't like,
Mr.
Arnold
Freeze.
from Batman and Robin.
Give me the diamonds. I need them for my wife.
And he was like,
So without giving away which actor and character is playing the Reverse Flash, we have another fan question from Mubi_123. Everybody dance now. No, everybody dance now.
Well, damn, now they see it.
We want to know, when will the Reverse Flash take up his mantle as Reverse Flash? So when will we see the Reverse Flash really come into play and own his arch nemesis character?
I mean,
predictions.
I think it's going to take a little while, because I think that there's so many villains that he has to see already. I mean, we already saw, even just from the preview of the next episode, that they're already introducing so many more. And if that's really the arch nemesis, I think that plot line's got to grow. It's got to build, just so that by the climax, you're going to be dying to know what happens.
I think, like you said, we've already seen the character, the guy who's going to become the Reverse Flash. And so we've seen the foundations of him already, and that's just going to build and build. And I agree with you, the Reverse Flash isn't going to to come in for a long time.
Yeah.
And we can't forget about Iris and Eddie Thawne. We got to remember that they are too going to play a big part in the show
Their
itself.
relationship is going to have a huge
that.
impact.
And then remember Joe West, he knows Barry's identity now, as he did. We'll just allude to Spider-Man when he was like, "Don't tell Gwen, you know, keep her out of this." He hit him with the same kind of like,
"Don't tell
leave
my
Iris
daughter."
out of this. Yeah, you know.
I don't care how fast you are.
But I'm pretty
ruining you.
sure because he crushing on Iris kind of hard. So him and Eddie ain't gonna click too well. We can already see that happening.
Do you
I'm
think
not gonna be
she'll
surprised.
be the reason as to why he becomes a Reverse Flash? Could she be one of the main reasons?
The hell, Jack?
She's like,
It could possibly, but I mean that's a good prediction. Prediction.
That's a good prediction.
And then but we also got to realize like I wouldn't be surprised if one day on the show Barry decides to put Iris on his back and go running with her or something. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those little Superman
we'll
tricks,
find
take her
out
on the
what
magic
happens.
carpet.
I'm sure, first of all, Candice Patton is the actress playing Iris West. Beautiful
great
choice. I think she's very attractive.
Oh yeah.
Good looking girl.
Yeah.
But I want to get back to what you said about the storyline. I want to tell everybody, you know, Lauren is a professional actress. She's been on a lot of TV shows. Check her out on IMDb. So to have her insight of how really a show should be drawn out and the process of a TV show and what makes sense, you know, editorially and narratively is really nice to have you on the show.
Thanks.
So thank you for giving us that. We have another fan question.
Live fan question. All right.
Reverse Flash is a shit villain, if you ask me. If you are the Reverse Flash of something, why destroy your other half? That's a great question.
That is a good question.
We need more questions though, so hit us up at the Flash After Show with hashtag #TheFlashAS. And of course, Flash CW fans, we love you. We're gonna check out your questions too. So one more time, if the Reverse Flash, why would he want to destroy the other half of himself?
Well, I mean, it's
power struggle, isn't it? You want to be
Yeah.
number
Yeah.
one. If someone's as fast as you, that's not it. You're not number one anymore.
Okay, but he's saying that destroying your other half. I mean, I feel like, you know, everyone has this juxtaposition between good and evil, these choices that you face in your everyday life. And I feel that most people and most, you know, heroes in any story have to kind of defeat their, you know, their bad side or whatever to let the good side come out. So I feel like in this side, you know, you're just seeing the good and the evil in two different people rather than in one.
Ooh, very well said.
Instead of having their own inner struggle,
Exactly.
it's actually a real
Symbolic!
battle.
Totally. So a little background on the
Right,
Reverse Flash. You know, he is a character that travels through time, and his origin starts in the future. But for the CW, he's in the present. He's actually obsessed with Barry Allen and the Flash, and winds up getting his powers, and then goes like crazy. He goes like criminally psychotic, and just like wants to kill him. So, as a background of like why kill somebody, you know, mental illness plays a big part in that. So we'll see how mentally ill the Reverse Flash gets in this one. We want to say thank you to Johada, you're back, Johada Cabziel. Thanks, Johada. We appreciate that. So let's just, as we wind down here, let's get to some predictions for this season. What do we want to see happen? What do we think is going to happen? You know, take us through season number 1 of The Flash.
I hope the Flash is going to pack on 20 pounds just for Devon.
thank you, Jack.
Just watching like episode 5, Barry Allen's going to come in like, yeah, I've been hitting up the gym.
Well, he tried to do the whole thing. He tried to do it when he got up and like, lightning gave me abs. He's like, no, bruh, not eating for 9 months gave you something. Like, don't give me that. No offense, Grant, but give me like 15 pounds at least, you know what I'm saying? Start taking the protein drinks in between meals, something. But like...
Sure. Hit us up on Twitter and Facebook, YouTube. What do you think is going to happen this season on The Flash? Are Iris and Barry going to get it in this year? Are they not? Who knows what happens? Is his dad going to be released from jail? We want to know what you think. And on top of that, we want to give some more Twitter shout-outs to @ The Flash CW fans. Woo! We love you guys. Keep hitting us up. @ The Flash TV News, @ TV Tag Flash, and @ TV__XX. That one sounds a little freaky. So that was awesome, guys. Give yourselves a nice round of applause. Pat on the back.
Lauren,
Episode 1
great.
the show
This
wrapped up.
episode was awesome.
And most importantly, thank you guys for being here. We're going to be here each and every week right after The Flash airs on the East Coast time. So I believe that's 9 p.m. Eastern. And then, of course, everybody on the West Coast, tell your friends they can watch it the rest of the night. We are thestream.tv. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you know exactly when we are coming along. Follow us on Twitter. You want to go just down the hatch? What's your hashtag?
We do it like that. @ Jack Hind, @ Jack Hind, JackHind.
I'm @ LC Mayhew, Mayhew, spell it.
@ Devon D. Stewart. That's Simple as that.
Boom, just like that. And don't
Just like
forget
that.
to use the hashtag #TheFlashAS throughout Twitter this whole week. Ask us your questions. We're going to bring it up next week. I'm Dylan Landon. I'm at Dylan from Brooklyn. DYLAN from BKLYN. It's like a little sing-songy. Thank you, guys. We will see you next week.
Cheers, guys.